News from around the globe. Hot, fresh, balanced and objective. On Unity.
Hello and welcome to News Hour on Unity TV. The headlines. PDP crisis aggrieved governors may endorse Obasanjo's candidates January 5. Buhari Oberevwere Mon Ron, longest serving chief of Warri Kingdom. Federal government will soon make pronouncement on salary increase in Gige. On the foreign scene, Ghana police reiterate ban on alarmist New Year prophecies. And in sports, Chelsea cruise back to winning ways against Bournemouth. And those were the headlines, and for details and more of the stories, I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. President Mahmoud Buhari on Tuesday condemned the heinous and senseless killing of a Lagos-based lawyer, Bolanle Rahim, by a trigger-happy assistant superintendent of police, Drambi Vandi. Rahim was shot dead on Christmas Day by Vandi, who was attached to Ajiwe police station in Ajah. The cop and his team were said to have tried to stop Rahim and her family members as they drove back home from a church service. Rahim was shot when the car she was in tried to make a U-turn under the Ajah bridge. The victim was rushed to a hospital but was confirmed dead. The president, in a statement by his media aide Garba Shehu, assured the late lawyer's family and the Nigerian Bar Association (NBA) that justice must be done in the case. The federal government has said it will soon announce salary increment for civil servants and public officials due to the steady increase in the prices of consumer goods. This was as it said a presidential committee on salaries is currently reviewing salaries with a plan to announce its employment in early 2023. The Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, disclosed this to State House correspondents after a closed-door meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari at the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja. It was reported that Ngige had earlier insinuated that the federal government will review salaries of civil servants upwards to cushion the effects of inflation. Citing the ASU strike, industrial action by sister unions, and strikes by medical practitioners earlier in the year, he described 2022 as a year of industrial disputes. There are strong indications that the 5 aggrieved People's Democratic governors may endorse their preferred presidential candidates on January 5, barring any unforeseen circumstances. It was gathered on Tuesday that the governors who are presently meeting in London, United Kingdom, might be influenced by former President Olusegun Obasanjo's advice that the presidency should come to the southeast in 2023. Governors Nyesom Wike of Rivers, Seyi Makinde of Oyo, Okeze Ikpeazu of Abia, Samuel Orcham of Benue and Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu State, and some political heavyweights from the south had parted ways with the PDP presidential candidate Alhaji Atiku Abubakar over his alleged refusal to prevail on the PDP national chairman Iyorchia Ayu to resign after Atiku, a northerner, clinched the presidential ticket of the party. The governors insisted that Ayu's resignation will ensure a balance in the leadership of the main opposition party. Although Atiku and the governors held several meetings in Nigeria and the UK, there was no headway as they insisted on Ayu's removal from office as a precondition for peace. However, in deciding on the presidential candidate to support, a top source informed newsmen that the governors might heed Obasanjo's counsel that they should endorse the Labour Party presidential standard-bearer, Peter Obi. The former president had met with the governors in London in August, where he reportedly lobbied for Obi. In his reaction, however, the PDP Deputy National Youth Leader Timothy Osodolo said the Wike-led group lacked the pedigree to question Atiku's faithfulness to the party. At least 5 persons have been feared dead, while an unconfirmed number have sustained various degrees of injuries in an accident during a biker carnival in Calabar, Cross River State. It was reported that the Bikers and Exotic Cars Parade is part of the events leading to the Calabar Carnival. The incident was said to have occurred on Tuesday after an unregistered vehicle that took part in the event lost control and rammed into spectators at the Bogobiri axis of the Carnival route. It was gathered that the victims were rushed to Navy Reference Hospital in Calabar, leading to the abrupt end of the event. Following the unfortunate incident, some aggrieved residents of the Bogobiri community were involved in a fracas, forcing law enforcement agencies to use tear gas to disperse the angry crowd. Meanwhile, the state governor, Professor Ben Ayade, has expressed sadness over the incident. Ayade, according to a statement by his media aide, Christian Ita, said he is devastated by the development. He equally sympathized with the victims and directed security agencies to arrest the motorist who is on the run. Two yet-to-be-identified fund seekers drowned while trying to rescue another person from being swept away by the high current at Barracuda Beach. It was gathered that the victims were part of fund seekers and beachgoers who thronged the beach for the Boxing Day celebration in Lagos. The permanent secretary of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, Dr. Olufemi Okesanyu Tolu, confirmed the sad incident. The bodies of the victims were yet to be recovered as of the time of filing this report. 3 brothers have been confirmed killed by kidnappers in the Lao local government area of Taraba State. Confirming the incident to newsmen, the police spokesman in the state, Abdullahi Usman, said a sad incident took place on Sunday at Garundogo community of Lao local government area. The 3 brothers, according to the police, were kidnapped from the said community. The kidnappers had demanded a ransom of 100 million naira to release the victims, and the father of the trio, Alhaji Musa, a dealer in cattle, had negotiated to 60 million naira, which they agreed. The kidnappers demanded that the money be paid in cash and given to them via a motorcyclist. However, they later killed the ransom bearer and the 3 brothers after they got the money. President Muhammadu Buhari has condoled with the Olu of Warri, all chiefs of the kingdom, family and friends of the Ron family over the passage of SS Ron Oginoyibo, the Obuzwai of Warri and longest-serving chief. Also, Delta State House of Assembly Speaker and People's Democratic Party PDP governorship candidate in the state, Sheriff Oberewore, has commiserated with Mr. Julius Ron and his family over the passage of their father and patriarch, Pa Ron. The president appreciated the grace of God on the departed, which saw himself 4 monarchs as a high-ranking chief and helped to maintain peace, amenity, and development in Warri and its environs. President Buhari, in a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, commended the life of service lived by Pa Ron to the younger generation and urged his family and children to ensure that his good works were preserved and his memories evergreen. Ron, who died Monday, aged 86, the president said, left behind a worthy reputation which will remain inspiring. The president wished the departed eternal rest and comfort for those mourning him. Oberewore commiserated with Julius Ron over his father's demise in a condolence message by his chief press secretary, Mr. Dennis Otu. Also commiserated with the Itsekiri nation over the passage of Pa Ron. He extolled the late Pa Ron for his great contributions and achievements as the longest-serving chief in Warri Kingdom. Oberewore maintained that Pa Ron, who was the Obazwaye of Warri Kingdom, bequeathed high discipline and morale on his children and everyone around him. He prayed for the peaceful repose of the soul of Pa Ron in heavenly realm. The federal government said it will soon make a pronouncement on salary increase for the civil and public servants to cushion the effects of high inflation on the workers. The government said already the Presidential Committee on Salaries was doing a review and expected to come up with salary adjustments in the new year. Minister of Labour and Employment Chris Ngige disclosed this to State House correspondents after he had a closed-door meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Ngige, who said that he was at the seat of power to discuss exhaustively issues concerning his ministry, including employment and productivity, described 2022 as a year of industrial disputes. And on the foreign scene, the Ghana Police Service have reiterated the ban of Alami's New Year prophecies, saying those found culpable will be punished. In many churches, worshippers gather on New Year's Eve to hear their religious leaders make prophetic proclamations for the new year. But last year, the police banned what it described as misleading New Year prophecies in churches, maintaining that they can cause panic and are likely to endanger lives. A year after the move, Ghana Police spokesperson Grace Anasa Afkori, in a statement Tuesday, said the ban is still in place. And in sport, Kai Havertz and Mason Mount's early strikes helped Chelsea ease to a 2-0 win over Bournemouth on Tuesday to snap a dismissal run of 5 Premier League games without a win. Graham Potter's side endured a torrid spell before the World Cup, but sparkled on their return to Stamford Bridge against the struggling Cherries to move 6 points shy of the top 4 with a game in hand to come. However, victory came at a cost as defender Reece James limped off on his return from the knee injury which kept him out of England's World Cup campaign. James cruised through the first half but called for a substitution early in the second, pointing to his knee before going to ground and being replaced by Cesar Azpilicueta. With the story, we've come to the end of our bulletin for today. You can follow us on our social media handles at Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at TUNTBE Radio FM TV, respectively. My name is Ruqayyat Sani Ibrahim. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of our programs.